Harvey, when did you find out that war had broken out, that the Japanese had bombed Pearl Harbor?
Well, it's kind of an interesting story. I took a weekend off from Fort Lewis, where I was in training, and came to Seattle because when I had visited home earlier in the summer, somebody wanted me to get a message over to somebody that lives in Seattle here and worked at a certain Paramount restaurant, as I remember. And so I came to Seattle on Friday, December the 5th, and went to the Paramount restaurant, delivered the letter, and on the way back, I made the mistake of figuring that 7th Avenue would take me back to Jackson Street, and it didn't. It took me right back up to the top of the hill, which is now Yesler Terrace, and I couldn't get off of that, so I had to back around and walk around to get down to Jackson Street. And I was looking around, visiting, and a couple of ladies came walking along, young ladies, and they said, they looked at me and saw that I was a GI and said, "Do you want to go to a social we're having?" And they grabbed me by the arm and took me to the church, where they were having a church social. And I had a nice time. I went back to the hotel that I had a room in and stayed overnight. Then I visited around, looked around Seattle Saturday. And Seattle's a nice, quiet town. If you can believe, how quiet it could be, especially on weekend. And so I decided that instead of staying till Sunday, I would just go home. Saturday night, I decided to hop a bus and go back. So I got back into camp and into my bunk bed about 12 o'clock at night, Saturday night. And I was having a nice sleeping through, and somebody was shaking me in the morning, and I looked over, it's my buddy in the next bunk. He says, "Harvey, get up, get up." I said, "What for?" He says, "Listen to the radio, I listened to the radio, and said, Pearl Harbor is being bombed. That was Sunday morning, I was sleeping in real late that morning, and I think it was 10 o'clock. And then, of course, soon after that, we got the word to get ready to go, mobilize.
What were you thinking at that point when you heard that it was indeed Japan?
It was that it was a real war. That's the only way I could figure it. Mm-hmm.
Were you at that point thinking, "What'll happen to me? I'm Japanese American"?
Well, no, I wasn't thinking about that particularly. I was thinking there's such an unfortunate thing to happen, that there had to be war between two countries, especially war with the country that my parents came from. Mm-hmm. Although they have already told me over and over again that their home is here in America.